Here's something that surprises a lot of people. Two buyers can look almost identical on paper. Same income, same credit score, same down payment, and they still end up with two very different approvals. One qualifies for more and closes without a hitch, and the other runs into problems nobody saw coming. So, how does that happen? A mortgage approval isn't just numbers plugged into a formula, it's what's behind those numbers and how the whole file gets put together. Let me walk you through where those differences actually come from. Let's start with income. Two people can both make, say, 150,000 a year, but one earns it as straight salary and the other earns part of it through bonus, commission, or self-employment. Same total, but they can be very different in the eyes of an underwriter because how income is documented, averaged, and verified can change how much of it actually counts. Next, let's look at credit. Two buyers can have the exact same credit score, but a score only tells you how someone manages credit. It doesn't tell you what they owe each month. One buyer might be carrying a car payment, credit card debt, and a student loan. The other might have none of that. Same score, very different debt to income ratio. And that ratio is one of the biggest factors in how much house you qualify for, which is why two people with matching scores can still land in very different places. Then there are assets. Two buyers can bring the same down payment to the table, but where that money sits, how long it's been there, and how much is left over after closing all matter. One buyer might keep a comfortable cushion after closing, the other might leave themselves a little tighter. Both can buy a home. But to a lender, one of those files simply looks stronger. And here's the piece most people never think about. It's not just the borrower, it's how the file gets put together, because two lenders can look at the same person and build two completely different files. One takes the numbers at face value and sends it through. Whatever the software says, that's the answer. That's not how I work. I look deeper behind the numbers because that's where the difference is made. I'm looking at things like an account positioned in a way that's quietly working against you, income that could count, but only if it's documented the right way, a loan program that fits your situation better than the obvious one. I know what to look for, and I know how to set the file up so your strengths lead instead of getting buried. Anyone can plug numbers into a computer. Knowing how an underwriter will look at a borrower is what makes the difference. So here's the takeaway. Your approval isn't just about the numbers you give the lender, it comes down to the income, the credit, the assets, and how carefully the file is put together, which is why two people who look identical on paper can land in completely different places, and the person handling your file matters more than most people realize. So before you start shopping, let's take a look at your numbers together and figure out where you really stand. I'm Glenn Rodriguez, and I'm here to help.